is so annoying. Sure. Let's turn that shit on. Oh no. Alright, cool. Let's do. Whew, it's hot in here. Bro, why is this shit not staying where it needs to stay? Oh, it was the air. Okay. I really need a second monitor for this laptop. What up, what up? Whoever's here watching, welcome. The quality's not bad. If I look sweaty, I apologize. I just found out my HVAC went out. I guess it went out earlier today, but I didn't really realize until just now. I was out of my house. I came back. I was wondering why the temperature in the house was still 79 degrees. And so I went to check the HVAC outside, and it turns out the fan blew out. So I'm going to have to get that replaced. So if I look a little sweaty, I'm sorry. All right. So today I was going to talk about YouTube's statement about SSSniperWolf and how they demonetized her for, well, temporarily. We don't even know for how long, right? Yeah, 79 degrees isn't that bad. Hold on, let me see something. See if that's popping up in the corner. I just want to see something, see if the comments, because I added a little. When you commented, did you see your comment pop up on the stream? I guess I can just test it, right? Let's go live and hit test. I need to get this shit together. So it's not popping up on the stream. Oh, it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. It's on the corner. It's very barely visible though. I probably need to change that spot. Do a dance. Who's this? Oh, white. No, I'm not gonna do a dance. I don't know how to dance. Thank you. I love that you love my videos. You're fine if you weren't looking at the screen. The comments are popping up. So, how's it sound though? Does it sound good or sound bad? What's it sound like? I really need to get this stuff together before I even get on the stream every Sunday. All right, that's good. So today I wanted to talk about like I said, the Sniper Wolf situation. I literally, like I said in my last video, I feel like Jack's Films because I made 4 videos back to back about her. So I feel a little bit like him because, I mean, that was his thing. He had a channel. He was making the videos about her. So, but let's check this video out by Alex. I used to watch this dude. I thought I was subscribed to him, but I guess not. So I resubscribed.
So as I'm sure you've seen by now, YouTube...
But see what he's got to say.
So as I'm sure you've seen by now, YouTube have officially responded along with SniperWolf to everything that has happened in the Jax Films scenario, with YouTube officially taking away SniperWolf's monetization. Or have they? Now everybody's talked about the apology. I've got the apology right here. You know, there's so many issues with this. You know, Leah says, oh, it's inexcusable. It was like a lapse of judgment from me. I should never have done this. I should never have done what I've done. But frankly, that's a lie. You can't tell me it's a lapse of judgment when she has this picture that happened a couple days after of her.
Right, and that's what I said in my last video. I don't think that, obviously the apology was not sincere. She didn't mean that. She didn't mean any of it. And I gotta stop cursing because the last live I did last Sunday was actually demonetized because, well, not demonetized, but it had the yellow monetization icon, which means it was probably because I was cursing. Yeah, she did kind of make it easy for content creators to make content about her. But yeah, like Alex says here, she wasn't sorry. Because the next day on her Instagram, she literally posted this. We show up at your house. What are you doing? Like, she was clearly happy about the fact that she showed up at somebody else's house.
Mocking going to his house. That's not a lapse in judgment. A lapse in judgment doesn't last for 3-4 days. That's frank.
Yeah, a lapse in judgment doesn't last a week. That's literally her lapse in judgment literally lasted a week until YouTube actually responded. And coincidentally, she had a statement to make right after where she said she had a lapse in judgment. But the entire week, she refused to apologize, and she doubled down on her claims that she wasn't doxing and that it was really all of Jax's fault. She had nothing to do with it. She had a whole week. Her apology could have been. Yeah, I agree. Her apology could have been much better. Like a lot of people said, that shit was a ChatGPT ass apology. She didn't really mean that shit. She didn't really mean it. Her whole thing, I guess, was she had to save face some way somehow. So she put out a statement. But let's be honest. Her fans are little kids. They're not going to stop watching her content. But what a lot of these creators need to do, that a lot of other creators have pointed out, is they need to start taking legal action against her. Like, claim her videos. Whenever she posts something that doesn't belong to her, they should claim her videos so that the monetization goes to the original creator and not her. So it's funny because I actually did look up her statement. I put it through a ChatGPT, one of those detectors, and it said it was 100% human written. So I don't know. It might have been legit, but it seems pretty fake to me. So.
Clear lie. And let's not even talk about the fact that YouTube actually ended up literally blaming Jax Films as well, saying the behavior on both sides.
Yeah, that was wild. They blamed him for making fun of her, making videos about her. All he did was they made it seem like he committed a crime by making videos about her, like he did something wrong. All he did was point out her hypocrisy and then made videos making fun of her and crediting the creators who she was stealing the content from. She showed up at his house and showed her house to her 5.6 million followers on Instagram. Not quite the same thing.
Isn't what we want on YouTube. He made parody videos about her. She went to his house and put it on the internet. That's a threat. I think I know which one is the problem, and it's not Jax Films. Also, by the way, Leah spelled Jax Films wrong in every single version.
Yeah. She spelled it Jax Film instead of Jax Films. So, oh, look, I actually had not seen this. Or I don't know if it was there when I clipped it for my video about her apology, the community notes from Twitter. SSSniperWolf posted his apologies shortly after YouTube announced that they had punished her for her actions, even though the situation is already a week old as of this apology. She also mocked Jax Films in an Instagram story shortly after the situation happened. Yup. She didn't really mean that shit. This shit was a week old. She didn't like do this Friday and then Saturday put out an apology. She like waited a whole week after YouTube said they were going to demonetize her. And like I said, it was probably just a week. It's probably just a week. 2 weeks at best. And then she's right back to making millions of dollars and then making millions of dollars for YouTube. Because she's YouTube's golden child. She makes that kind of money for them. So yeah, that's pretty petty. That is very petty. And I think she did that on purpose because she didn't actually care. If she cared, she would have at least had the common decency to spell his name correctly.
Of this, did nobody proofread this apology? If I was Jax Films, I'd be insulted by this, frankly. I would be insulted that it seems like YouTube actually helped her make this. In my opinion, based on the fact that both of these things were released at the same time, makes me think that YouTube co-wrote this with SSSniperWolf. That they said, hey, we're going to do this to your channel, you release a statement, and then everything's going to go away and we can all move on and we can start making money again. That's what I feel like happened. And one of the reasons why I believe that is because everybody's saying, oh, her channel's been demonetized. We don't know how long for, which is a real shame. You know, they said temporarily, what, an hour, half an hour, 5 minutes, 5 seconds?
Not all.
When you go on SSniperWolf's channel, as you could see right here,
I was just gonna say, and I was thinking the same thing, that that icon right there that you see, the little money sign, you get that from the I have the same thing too. You get that from vidIQ. I'll show you. View my channel. So you see this? If you click on it, well, not click on it, but if you hover over it, it says this channel is monetized. It's powered by vidIQ. vidIQ is an extension for your browser that does YouTube analytics and then does a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so vidIQ says her channel is still monetized. So
have a little plugin installed called vidIQ. It tells me that this video is monetized. This is from 2 weeks ago. Now, when I go on SSniperWolf's channel and I click on like her newest video, this one isn't monetized. So all YouTube have done is gone back and just demonetized the videos from when the controversy happened going forward.
So they actually didn't demonetize her channel. They just demonetized newer videos going forward. So she's still making money. Like, so if you go back and watch a 2-week-old video, 3-week-old video, 4-week-old video, she'll still make money on that. What?
So she's still making all of that money off of the backlog. And guess what? So are they. Why does SSniperWolf get special treatment? Because it wouldn't be the same if I did something like this. It wouldn't be the same if PewDiePie did something like this or another male YouTuber. And that is frankly the truth. I do not understand what...
Okay, so where I'm going to disagree with Alex here is... Yes, I also thought that it was a gender thing, it was a sex thing, but it's not. I mean, I don't want to say it's not. I don't know. But I'm inclined to say more likely than not it wasn't. Only because, excuse me. Only because Shane Dawson had a similar controversy, like a huge controversy on YouTube. I forget what his was. But YouTube didn't boot him off the platform. They never demonetized him. They never did anything. But that's because he makes YouTube a lot of money. And when you're making YouTube that kind of money, you know, you get that preferential treatment. So
what this special treatment is, I've never seen anything so blatant. Most people wouldn't even have spotted something like this. But I saw this straight away and I was just like, it's a sham. Like, this is a sham response. She didn't even spell his name right. And she didn't even like face any actual pun.
And what if YouTube actually didn't even demonetize her? What if it was just, they told her, hey, don't monetize your next 5, 10 videos or whatever. You know what I mean? Because when you get demonetized by YouTube, I don't know what kind of controls they have, but it's usually channel wide. So there should be no reason why her old videos are making money. So if they demonetized her, she wouldn't be making videos money on the old videos. But it could be that they never actually demonetized her and just told her, hey, just turn off the monetization for the new videos. Which, when you're uploading a video, you can choose on YouTube whether you're going to monetize your videos or not. So they probably told her, like, hey, look, listen, for the next, we know you upload every day. So for the next 2 weeks, so your next 14 videos, just make sure you keep the monetization off, and then you just keep making money on your old videos. We're not going to touch your channel. Don't even worry about it. We're just going to pretend we're going to put out a statement, say, hey, you know what? We demonetized her, and then just that's it. And then told her, hey, just don't monetize the next couple of videos, and that's it.
Punishment for what she did. It's crazy. Oh, and don't even get me started on the videos of her and the people who are underage. A lot of people have been going, it was 10 years ago, da-da-da-da. But YouTube didn't delete those videos.
Yeah, and just because it was 10 years ago doesn't... If you murdered somebody 20 years ago, that doesn't change the fact that you still committed a crime. Like, you were an adult and they were minors. So, I mean, I know there's a statute of limitations for certain crimes. I don't know what it is for that particular crime, but it doesn't change the fact that you committed the crime. And YouTube's not law enforcement, sure. So maybe law enforcement can't do anything about it, but YouTube certainly could have. YouTube could have banned her for it, for having that content on their platform.
YouTube haven't even said anything about that. That's actually, in my opinion, worse than the SSSniperWolf Jacksfilm stuff, you know. Okay, she endangered him, but posting like sexual stuff to do with minors on the internet, that's a bit insane. And YouTube have just ignored that. They've gone, keep everybody on this Jacksfilm shit. You know, don't let people like dare talk about her history of scary Omegle videos she used to make. I'm frankly blown away that her and her sister could post this.
Yeah. Now her sister's a special character, and she's a thought. She's literally a thought. Like when I was doing research for my videos, who's Tall Knight? I never heard of Tall Knight, but yeah, definitely gives EDP vibes. EDP, wild stuff with EDP, and I asked, like, you know, why wasn't she banned? Like, why was EDP banned if the stuff that he, you know, I'm not even gonna get into it. But yeah, her sister's the thought. When I was doing research, I went and found her on Twitter or X, and yeah, if you just go to her profile, it's just a bunch of thirst traps. I don't even know if she has an OF, but I'm assuming she does. She's just yeah.
And then this, and the responses to half-ass demonetize the YouTube.
Statute of limitations for SA is 10 years. But she didn't commit SA though. It wasn't SA. It was, I mean, it was illegal stuff, right? But I don't think it was SA. I mean, I don't know how the law works. I don't know if that's what it would be, but...
YouTube channel release a statement where you blame the victim. And that's what Jacksfilms is. You know, they mock that. They mock the idea that he's a victim. But he is. She tried to like incite like a physical threat upon this man because he made videos on her saying that he finds her reaction content to be subpar at best and a funny joke as well. Like he was just joking around.
Yeah, but is solicitation the same as SA though? I don't know if that is, because the A word, right, is a specific thing. I think that involves actual physical, you know, physical contact. Tall Knight is a TikToker. Nah, I never heard about that guy. I did hear about the one dude recently who he unalived himself because of false allegations. It was pretty messed up.
And there's been no punishment, and she ran this through like ChatGPT or something. But this is like an AI generated apology. You can't convince me that her or somebody from YouTube helped her write this, because it's not even correct. Like, she's not even addressed him by his actual name. I don't know if that's her being petty. Based on what I've seen from SSSniperWolf, I would say that she's doing...
Be right back. Give me 1 second. I gotta get some more water. It's hot in here, so I gotta stay hydrated. No HVAC. Yeah, Inquisitor. I'm actually gonna make a video about him real soon, and about the allegations and him taking his life. Yeah.
Doing it intentionally to piss him.
Yeah, but that's for Texas. I believe she lives in California, so I'm not sure what the law over there is.
Off, which seems even weirder. Why would you do that after all of this? You're not going to make any money off your videos for the next week. Oh wait, hang on, she is. It's because you know she's gotten away with it, that's why. Like, if I was SSniperWolf, I'd be sat there going, my backlog is monetized, I'll upload videos for a week and, you know, they won't get any ads on them and that sucks. I've probably been robbed from about like 15 grand or something. Robbed? Yeah, because I'm the victim. I'm SSniperWolf, I'm the victim, so I've been robbed. And that annoying Jax Films guy, oh, you know, I'll just have to ignore it, I guess. What? If I was Jax Films, I think I would proceed with something legally about this against SSniperWolf, because frankly, he is on unbelievable grounds to do something about this. YouTube aren't going to do anything about it. It's now unfortunately in his hands. What a shame that the platform didn't take any responsibility for what...
Yeah, and Jack, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if... I'm sure I can find a lawyer chime in on the situation. I'm sure I can find a video on YouTube, whether he has legal recourse or not. The thing is, he can try to do that, but lawyers are costly, so that it's a lot of money that Jack may not have. So it's rough, and I mean, she definitely has more money than him, so she can go to court. She can go to court and just drain Jack. I mean, unless he sues her and then has her cover all of his lawyer's expenses. You know what I mean? If he wins,
What happened from a platform that actually props up this creator clearly favors her. It's insane to me. I was like on YouTube's side in my video that I posted literally a couple days ago. I did a live stream yesterday with iNabba. We did our podcast live. Thank you everybody who tuned in. We spoke about it and we didn't want to be too harsh on YouTube. But when I realized today that the videos were just like not actually properly demonetized and they basically are doing a smokescreen about that, I felt personally quite offended, because I do know that if it was me or if it was Jax Films and the roles were reversed, I know that we might not even have YouTube channels. And is it because we don't make them enough money or we're not big?
Yeah, and I said the same thing. Not to go back to the gender role thing, but I think it did play some part in the whole situation with her, the whole gender role, like the whole she's a female, because I guarantee you, I mean, again, I can't say this because even PewDiePie, when he had his whole thing with YouTube, they kind of like gave him a slap on the wrist too for a little bit, and then he was back to making money for them. No problem. But that's because PewDiePie at the time was literally the largest creator on YouTube. Hi, Fatima. How are you? Welcome to the screen. Welcome to the stream.
Enough? I don't know. What is the reason? I really would like to know. I've been, so on YouTube's side for a lot of stuff. I feel like they've been pretty decent over the last couple of years. Obviously, they have some horrific errors. They're really not perfect, but compared to other platforms, I wouldn't want to post my videos anywhere else. But as somebody,
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to post your videos anywhere else because YouTube's really the place. Like, this is where all the eyeballs are. This is where all the money is. Like, you're not going to go to Rumble, man, and start posting your videos and think you're going to make the same amount of money you make here on YouTube or get the same amount of eyeballs, the same amount of views. It's just not going to happen. It's a sad reality, but YouTube is effectively a monopoly in this space. Like, nobody says, let me go to Vimeo and check out what's going on Vimeo. You know what I mean? Like, nobody says, let me go to Rumble and see, who's uploading over there. Or let me go to BitChute or anything like that. Like, it's just, they don't, those websites, they have their fan bases, but they don't push numbers. I'm good, Fatima. Thanks for asking.
who makes commentary videos, seeing the response to this, the fact that I'd be seen as almost like, as somebody who's antagonizing her because I'm calling her out for her wrongdoings, and then I would be the one who gets, I guess, equally punished, because Jackson is being punished here by YouTube. They are basically saying, hey, she can turn up to your house if you make videos on her. You're both...
Yeah, and that's what I said too. This set a scary precedent for YouTubers, and I guess YouTubers as a whole, right? If you criticize one of YouTube's favorite creators, expect them to show up at your house and face no consequences.
in the wrong, but we'd prefer if you just both didn't do it. I mean, the punishment doesn't fit the crime here. Also, it's eye for an eye, not, I don't know, knee.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Jack too. I feel sorry for him because he's more than likely, I mean, I don't know if he has to. Again, her fan base is very young, so it's a lot of young kids, but you just never know. But he might have to move. He might have to leave his house. A house who he's probably had for God knows for how long. Also, I mean, housing in California in general is super expensive. Like, you can't get anything in California for, and I know I'm over-exaggerating. I'm sure you can find it, but you probably can't get anything for less than $1 million in California. You know what I mean? Granted, I'm sure he can sell his house for the same amount, but he's probably gonna have to pay off, the remaining balance on the house loan if he has a house loan. And then look to use whatever proceeds he gets from the sale, if he gets any, to get into a new house. I mean, I guess he can always move to Texas and he can buy a mansion, a 7-bedroom mansion for $500,000. But I'm just joking. But yeah, for him to find decent housing in California, somewhere like a nice neighborhood, somewhere where he wants to be, I mean, he's looking at spending a couple mils. So it sucks.
Knees, shoulders, knees and toes and legs for a fingernail, which seems to be what YouTube are doing today. Jack's Films, you've been viciously attacked with 100 wounds, 100 knife wounds. SSSniperWolf, he accidentally stood on your toe. You're both evil, and you both should stop. This is crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's what she does. She steals content. That's her thing. And that's what Jack was exposing, that she steals the content, and she didn't give credit to the creators. Like, she's making millions of dollars off the backs of other people's content. And it's one thing to do reaction content and then give fair reactions and stuff, right? Like where you give a lot of commentary. But her commentary was basic level, surface level commentary. Oh wow, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. There was this one clip I saw of her. There was this one guy who was like it's minus 37 degrees outside. And she literally goes, it's minus 37 degrees outside. And then he goes, and I tried to pour a Coke. And then she goes, and I tried to pour a Coke. And it was like, and well, she goes, and he tried to pour a Coke. And she was just saying it louder. And it was like, you're saying, like, we heard it. He said it. We heard it from him. You didn't need to repeat it. So it's like surface level commentary that doesn't add value to the videos. It doesn't add, there's nothing. You get nothing from watching her commentary. Because all she does is make a face. She might say one or two things. She plays the entire video and then that's it. Stolen content, making millions of dollars. Shit, I wish I had that kind of idea a couple of years ago. But even if I did, because I can easily just do that right now, even if I just started making content like that, I couldn't, because my moral compass just wouldn't let me do it. My thoughts on her sister. Her sister is a thought. Those are my thoughts, and she's an idiot. And obviously, people are gonna defend their family, right? Hold on. Obviously, people are gonna defend their family. That's a given. But I've never been the type to, like, you're supposed to stand by your family, but when your family's wrong, you're supposed to say, like, hey, you're wrong. And the fact that her sister, she thinks she was slick, like, she was like, oh, my sister wasn't doxing. It's not doxing if you can Google his address. Basically signaling to people like, yo, you can Google his address. So, like, even after all this happened, she was still trying to, like, low-key get people to go and Google his address. And that's why I say he's not going to be safe in that house. Or not that he's not going to be safe. Something may never, nothing might happen. But he will probably never feel safe. Yeah, his address was on Google. I don't know what the circumstance why his address was on Google. I'm assuming it's because he probably has an LLC, right? Has a company because he's a, big YouTuber. Been on the platform for 17 years. Doesn't have an actual place to, like a company headquarters and nothing. So he probably used his address for, as his business address. So that's probably how they found his address. Because I don't know how else you would find it, right? Or if you find his name, you got to think about it like this. Like, I own my home. That's public record. So if you know my full name, and I'm sure you can find his full name online. If you know my full name, you can actually find out information about me. You can actually find my address. Because my address, my house is tied to my name, and that's public record that I own this house, that it's under my name. So if she knew his name, which I'm sure you can find. Hey, Fatima, thanks for coming. Have a good night, and have a good day at school tomorrow. But thanks for coming out and showing love. But yeah, so if you know my full name, you can Google me and you can find out my address that way. So his address might not have even been posted on his like LLC or anything for that matter, but if he owns his house, when you search up his name, I'm sure you can find the records. So that's probably how she found it. But if she's smart enough to do that, or maybe have she has a lot of money. I'm sure she can hire people to find that information out for her, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be her. But let's say she's the one that's smart enough to do that. She's smart enough to know what doxing is, and she's smart enough to know that that's what she was doing. And again, I don't buy her whole excuse about, I wasn't doxing. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. That's defamation. I don't buy it. She knew what she was doing, and she did that on purpose. Because again, and I'll say this over and over and over again, there was literally no reason, zero reason for her to post a video on her Instagram of her in front of his house. Let's say she did show up to his house and she actually did, you know, she got there, whatever. She could have just DM'd him like, hey, Jack, I'm in front of your house right now. Come outside, let's talk. Why does she need to post that for her millions of followers to see? They didn't need to know that she was doing that. Excuse me. She wanted them to know. She wanted them to know that she was doing that. Because her goal was to post his house online. And she didn't have to post his address, like his number or his street or nothing. Bro, I seen people, literally Shia LaBeouf had posted like a white flag in an undisclosed location that was live for like, I don't remember how long. But people on 4chan, literally, they were watching his stream. You couldn't tell anything. The only thing you could see was the flag and like a little pole, and it was facing to the sky, and it was live. You couldn't see anything. And they found the flag. You know how they found the flag? People were watching his stream, and they found where the flags were, where the flag was, based on the stars, based looking at the constellation at night. They were able to actually pinpoint where the flag was, and somebody actually went and took it down. Let me find that video. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Yeah. This is the video right here. Let's watch this.
Do you like internet shenanigans? Because there was a pretty good one yesterday. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Izzy, and this is the Izzy and Ober Show. Here's the breakdown. Following Trump winning the election in the US last year, Shia LaBeouf, the actor, became Shia LaBeouf, the protester? Sort of, I guess. Here's what he did. Shia installed a webcam right outside of the Museum of the Movie Image in New York City. Above the webcam, the words, "He will not divide us." And the webcam is set up to stream live to the internet the entire duration of Trump's administration at the White House. The whole point is that people would come up in front of the webcam and then recite the words however many times they felt like. It was very cultish, I'll say this. The videos coming out of this thing, kind of cultish. Didn't take very long for 4chan to start fucking with Shia's little project. They would come up to the webcam, say some weird shit live on the stream. Shia himself actually tussled with one of these trolls and got himself arrested for his trouble. The thing I love about this clip right here is that Shia LaBeouf is screaming right in someone's face, about to actually physically start fighting the guy, while claiming that Trump will not divide them. That's unity right there.
Yeah.
So they moved the installation from what they thought was just a hotbed of internet trolls. They moved it from New York to Albuquerque, and the exact same thing happened there. It didn't take long for Shia to end up shutting down the Albuquerque version of "He Will Not Divide Us," which at this point had become a full-fledged internet meme. So here's the new development. A new stream popped up on the "He Will Not Divide Us" website. On it, all people could see is a white flag with the saying "He will not divide us," filmed against the sky. And the location was ostensibly unknown. That's what it said on the website. Shia knows that if people find this thing, they will fuck with it. So that he tried to like, okay, now nobody's gonna find this shit. It's just the sky and a fucking flag, and nobody knows where this is. And that was his mistake. He underestimated the power of people with nothing better to do right now that also want to fuck with you. These people are unstoppable. So having essentially nothing to work with outside of a stream with the flag and the backdrop of the sky, 4chan started analyzing every pixel on that stream, from the flight patterns based on the condensation trails left by airplanes passing overhead and wind speeds and direction. Some guy started analyzing the frog sounds in the background, like the sounds of the nature in the background, and trying to identify what animal that was and where that animal lives in the United States. Even the fucking constellations in the night sky. Motherfuckers were becoming overnight amateur astronomers to find the fucking flag. And and guess what? It took all of one day after this thing went up. This is what happened.
They found his fucking flag. Alright, I'm not gonna play too much of that. But yeah, so they literally just off of just patterns and sounds in the sky and planes, they found his flag. And I'm supposed to believe that her posting his house, whether she posted his address or not, you know, his number and his street number, that people out there couldn't find where he lives. Like, that address is, you know, as long as he lives there, that address is forever compromised. So it's just gonna suck. I think the next couple of months are probably gonna be pretty bad for Jack. And like I said, I fully expect him to move. And again, I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him. But yeah, let's continue this one right here.
You both should stop. How dare you, Jack's Films, retaliate in self-defense? What is wrong with you? Frankly, it's barbaric what I've seen today, and I really hope YouTube either do something to amend this or amend the tweet that they made. They're not going to. It's going to be left now. I know how this works. But it's just a bit mental that they've tried to get away with hiding the fact that they aren't actually going to be doing anything about this. Okay, the next week of videos are going to be demonetized, but she'll probably flick the ads back on after the week's over. I mean, I don't know how long this temporary ban is. It doesn't even feel like it's something that YouTube have actually...
Yeah, it's just like I said. I don't think they actually demonetized her. I think they told her to turn the ads off on her videos. Because when you get demonetized, it's channel-wide, not every new video you upload going forward. It's once you're demonetized, it's your whole channel is nuked from the monetization program. So she's still making millions of dollars on the content that's already there, and then she's just not gonna make a couple thousand, couple tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars for a week, 2 weeks max, and then she'll go back to doing the same thing.
Installed on their end. Normally YouTube go in and they'll switch something off. Shane Dawson has had it happen. PewDiePie has had it happen. You know, they switch it off on the back end, right? I think they just said to SniperWolf, preferably turn the ads off. I don't think YouTube have actually done anything. Yeah, because look.
I literally that's literally what I just said. And no, I hadn't watched this video. Yeah, I was thinking, like, who should stop them from lying about it? It's their company. They can do whatever they want. There's nothing illegal about them saying they've demonetized a creator. It's, you know, they're not breaking the law. They're just not being truthful to the community.
The whole channel is still monetized, and I didn't think that was something they could do. I didn't think they could do that. I didn't think they could only take monetization off for the next week's worth of videos. Yeah, no. As far as I'm concerned, that's not possible. But hey, maybe they did a little bit of coding specifically for Leah. Wouldn't surprise me, they go out of their way to help her. As a content creator, frankly, it's depressing. It makes me sad. I'm very lucky that I've got a super supportive community. You guys have been great to me, and I appreciate that. The support on this channel has been unbelievable, and honestly, I couldn't thank you guys enough. But when I see stuff like this, it just worries me a bit. You know, I wanted to kind of go like all in on YouTube. I don't really stream on stuff like Twitch anymore and places like that. But when I see stuff like this, I'm like, you know, Twitch sucks, but you know, maybe it is better to like not have all of your eggs in one basket. Because if YouTube are gonna pick favorites like this, I don't know. I might make the video on the wrong person one day, not realize like how powerful they are, and then, you know, they get away with doing something crazy like this, and then I lose my channel. Because I think Jack's Films only doesn't get punished really because of the fact that he's also big enough where he could like make a big fuss about it. Whereas, you know, I think if he had like a few million less subscribers, YouTube would be like, you harassed her. You uploaded videos on her, you harassed her. Even though if you actually...
Yeah, and like I've said, YouTube's deleted channels. They've nuked channels for less. They've literally nuked channels for no reason. And then, you know, I've seen it on Twitter time and time again. And then when these people are like, whoa, YouTube, why did you delete my channel? There's no response. You don't know why. You don't know what the infraction was. There's no way to fix it. There's no warning. Your channel just gets deleted, and then there's no way for you to actually appeal the decision that YouTube has made. There's no way for you to fix the fact that they deleted your channel. So, like, if you had a video they didn't like, there's no way for you to be like, hey, well, you know what? I'll just delete that video, whatever. I'll stay on the platform, no problem. Or if it's more than one video, then delete, you know, the amount of videos that you have on whatever situation, and then just move on. And then now you know. But the rules are always so vague, and they're vague on purpose. They're vague because then YouTube can apply them whichever way they want. And then whenever they do make a decision, they don't have to give you a reason, because again, that's the whole point. The whole point is to be vague, to be vague and not have to give you a reason so that they can justify why they we banned you. Why'd you ban me? You broke the rules. What rule did I break? You broke the rules. Well, but what rule did I break? The rules. That's what you broke, the rules. And so there's no way for you to fix that. There's no way for you to say, you know what, I broke that rule. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna delete the videos that I made, and then moving forward, I'll make sure I won't do that. You're just gone. That's it. And the only way to get your channels back often enough is if you are big enough on YouTube and you have a big enough following on Twitter, and you make a fuss about it and people pick it up and make a fuss about it to YouTube, then YouTube decides, okay, we're going to look into this. They look into it, and then they'll go ahead and make their decision based on that. And obviously, like I said, it's preferential treatment. Like when they were deleting the videos about the EDP stuff from these channels where they were like deleting videos and then giving people a strike where they couldn't post for a week. Even a guy like Jamari, this is one guy that I watch, right? Jamari. Oops. Look, this is a guy I follow, Jamari, right here. Jamari has 1.15 million subscribers. They deleted his video. He asked YouTube what was wrong, why did they do that? And they still wouldn't even reinstate his video. They still wouldn't, nothing. So even to YouTube, even having 1 million subscribers and getting hundreds of thousands of views every video isn't enough. You got to have millions of subscribers and be getting millions of views and be making YouTube millions of dollars. Jamari probably makes them a good amount of money, but he's not on SSSniperWolf level. So guess what? They banned him for a week, and then that was it. They didn't give him a chance. Like, okay, delete the video, and then you're not banned no more. It's like, okay, we delete the video, and then you're banned for a week. You can't post. You can't post for a week. And a lot of people don't understand, when you get banned from YouTube for a week where you can't create content, you can't post videos, it hurts your income. It hurts your analytics. People that are used to you posting, they're used to your posting schedule. You post on certain days at certain times. They don't see your video, and then all of a sudden they just think, okay, you're inactive. They unsubscribe, or they just stop watching your stuff. They just forget about you. Like, it hurts. like, it hurts your whole thing. And that's why, like, me, technically, I'm supposed to be posting 3 videos a week. I used to do 3 videos a week when I had an editor, but now that I'm editing everything and then, you know, going to school plus my job, I can only manage 2 videos at a time because I have to do all of the work. I have to write the scripts myself. I have to record, and then I do my own video edits, right? So I can only do 2 videos a week. And, you know, those videos are Tuesdays and Thursdays. And imagine if I'm going on vacation soon. Imagine now that my channel's growing and I think it's doing great. It's starting to pick up some steam. Imagine if I just decided that while I'm going on vacation for that week, I'm not going to post. I don't have that luxury because guess what happens? I don't post. The algorithm says, well, this guy's inconsistent. And then the people that are used to me posting on those certain days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, they don't see my videos. I might never get that audience back. They may never watch my channel again. So it hurts. It hurts. You got to be consistent on YouTube, and you got to post no matter what. Like I'll be on vacation, but will I really be on vacation when I'll be on vacation and I'll be recording videos? You know, like, that's the reality of it. And it hurts your channel when you can't post for a week.
Watch the videos and you have the context of what he's doing, it's nothing close to the sort. I will reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate. How are you going to do that when you don't even know what his name is properly? How are you going to find his Instagram if you can't even spell it? I'd also like to thank you.
Okay, what I will say is she knows his Instagram because she tagged him on it when she showed up at his house. So she knows. And she knows how his name is spelled because, again, she tagged him on Instagram. So she did. I believe she did this on this whole Jax film thing. She did this on purpose.
YouTube for holding me accountable. That's just like a load of bullshit. I deserve it. Respect the decision. Appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. Yeah, but a lapse in judgment doesn't last for a week. It's been 7 days. And frankly, she knew what she was doing. She even in her newest video played victim by saying she's having a terrible week. Who's having the worst week? You, who doxed somebody and got away with it, yeah. Or Jax Films, who now doesn't feel safe in his own home because he made a few jokes on the internet at the expense of a reaction commentary video. It's barbaric that she is actually being accepted as the victim by YouTube in any way on this. And don't even get me started on the Omegle videos, man. Like, if you guys have seen my videos on that, you know, there'll be a card. You'll be able to check them out. Like, they're linked on the end screen at the end of this video. The Omegle videos are horrific. They're some of the worst things I've seen. Like, they are bad. Like, it is very strange.
I don't know if they're the worst things someone has seen on the internet. I'm pretty sure you've seen worse, man. I get trying to give, you know, for shock value, but probably not the worst thing you've ever seen. I'm not saying it's good. It's pretty bad, but I've seen worse. I've seen real messed up stuff. So, and I'm sure you have too. Everybody's got a little bit of morbid curiosity, so I'm sure he's seen worse. But yeah, that's beside the point.
What she's doing to minors on Omegle, and yeah, the videos are like 6-7 years ago, but even so, it's still horrible to watch.
The time doesn't matter. Whether it was 6-7 years ago doesn't matter. She was already a grown woman. She was, I don't know. It's conflicting. I never really looked up. Let's look up her age. I don't know how old she is, right? Let's look up how old is she. SSSniperWolf. Age. She's 31. Okay. She's 31 years old. So 9 years ago, she was 22 years old when she posted that video. So she was a grown woman asking little kids to do these, you know, questionable acts on camera. We'll just say that.
I don't think it's okay then, and I don't think it's okay now. And I think that YouTube have managed to get away with letting her delete them before they could actually punish her by striking her YouTube channel, which she should have had. But she's going to avoid the strikes now, because she deleted them of her own accord, I guess. So YouTube aren't even going to punish her for that. She's really gotten away with it. And it just makes me think, are other, like, nut jobs like her going to do stuff like this again to other people? Are people going to feel like that's okay to do to people who make commentary videos? To people who call them out? For minor stuff originally, you got to remember this was over reaction videos. Now it's about potentially, like, scaring somebody in their own home and weird stuff with minors on Omegle. She did that. She blew it out of proportion. All she had to do was credit people for some TikToks. It wouldn't have been hard. Well, thanks for watching this video. I'm sorry that this one might be a bit more ranty.
So yeah, the whole situation with Sniper Wolf, that the whole thing is just, there's really not much to say. I think I've said all I needed to say, both in my videos on this stream, the last stream I did last week. She got off extremely easy, but that's what happens when you're one of YouTube's preferred content creators. But I think I'm going to end it here, guys. My 1 hour is up. Thanks for coming out to the stream. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.